G'day guys, something completely different, no flying. I'm going to be reviewing the LR Baggs Anthem SL acoustic system that I just put in my guitar. Hope you enjoy. Firstly, let me introduce you to my guitar. Here it is. This is a Tacoma Roadking DR8C, built in September of '99. This was before Fender, it was built before Fender purchased Tacoma guitars. They're famous for three things, or I think they're famous for three things. The first one being butt ugly. They're not the prettiest of guitars. Second thing is the lack of finish. Absolutely atrocious. See, it's coming away there, at the back there, at the back. Also on the head you can see the lack of bubbling, and also underneath. So yeah, not the best of finishes, and I've seen a bunch of Roadkings that look like this. The third thing they're famous for is the most unbelievable, crisp, deep, clear acoustic sound. They are absolutely amazing playing guitars. When I first saw it, I thought, oh gee, something this ugly, there must be something going for it, and there was. It just sounds beautiful. And I've owned this guitar for nearly 20 years. I bought it in the United States back in 1999 from Grainer Music in Colorado Springs, and I've enjoyed it ever since. But what we're going to do now is review a new acoustic system I put in it. It came with a standard piezo pickup underneath the bridge nut, but over the years it's become quite noisy, and so I decided to upgrade it. Now the Anthem SL comes with two separate components. The first being an under-bridge microphone that's stuck underneath the bridge plate, and the second one is a piezo pickup that's put underneath the bridge nut. So the actual, there's a few tricks for young players on this. The pickup comes up through a hole and underneath the bridge nut. Now there's a little black dot on the end of the pickup that has to be facing upwards, in other words towards the strings. So just be careful about that. And the second one is that the microphone, which is underneath and inside the guts of the guitar, has to be centrally located around about there underneath. Fairly easy to do. Just get a couple of pins going down through both ends of the strings, so that when you feel underneath you can actually feel where it is, and just put it in the center. What I'll do is put the GoPro inside the guitar and just show you how it's set up. Before I do though, I'll just want to show you the preamp, which is this thing here. It has a volume control, and also there's a little mixture control, where the grub screw is there, and you can change the mixture between the pickup and also the microphone, which is quite handy. It comes preset by the factory. I used that preset when I first tried it out, and it's spot on, so I didn't need to change it. I might play around with it, later on, but right now it's set up really nicely. So let's get inside the guts of the guitar, and I'll just show you how the microphone's set up. Please excuse me if this is a little bit rough, but I'm just going to put it inside the body of the guitar now, and you can see where the microphone is. It also comes with a 9-volt battery pack that is basically there. I've put it there anyway. It comes with an adhesive backed Velcro bit, so it just sort of sits there, and when you change it, it's quite easy. You just pull it out. Now there's the preamp I was telling you about and just showed you earlier on, which is stuck underneath. I failed to mention that the microphone is also just stuck in place by adhesive pads. The kit also comes with some, let me just put this down here real quick. Again, apologies for the quality, but you can see the little clips there to keep the wiring out of the way. Now with my guitar, because it's got an unusual sound hole, it's a little bit funky getting your hand underneath and underneath up to the bridge plate, but with normal guitars with the sound hole here, it'd be quite easy to do. And also with this preamp position, that's pretty much the only place I could put it. If I put it there, the wiring wasn't quite long enough. I put it anywhere along here, it just didn't go with the curvature of the preamp itself. So that's, and I've just played around with it on the move, and it's not a problem adjusting the volume as I go. Now from start to finish it took about an hour, bit of fiddling around, but for me to do it, it means anyone can do it because I'm not very technically minded. But the instructions don't come with the actual kit. They are on the LR Baggs website, so it's easy to download and they're fairly easy to follow. So yeah, it worked out quite well. So let's plug it in now and see how it sounds. Now my amp is a fairly bog standard Marshall acoustic amp. Here it is here. An AS50D. So yeah, let's plug it in and see how it sounds. Firstly, a bit of unplugged stuff. Sound. This is a pretty funky sort of a capo thing, but what it is really is just a drop D tuning. These strings are tuned standard E, A, D, G, B, E, but what I've done here is just drop the top E down to a D, so we get that nice beautiful D sound. Anyhow, let's turn the amp on and see how it sounds. Okay, I've got no effects on at all. All I've got is, well, nothing, just volume, a bit of bass and treble, but they're pretty much evened out. So let's see how it sounds. That's fairly close to acoustic mic quality, I reckon. That's the system. All of the hiss has been taken out of what I used to be experiencing anyway. I used to experience a fair bit of hiss. None of it. It's really clean, it's crisp, and it's really, really good. I love it. For an Australian audience, it's around about $300 delivered from the US. I got it from a place called Stuart McDonald, online guitar place. They were doing a special deal for Australians at the time, and got a good deal on it. So there you go, the Anthem SL on the Tacoma Roadking. Hope you enjoy.